So the shelf is on. What I did was I determined this is going to be the back of it. You kind of see a little bit imperfection in the wood, which all wood is going to be knotty and stuff like that. This is a little bit better plywood. So I'm keeping this to the front. That's just my preference. With the back, that's the way the wire is going to be. So what I'll do is I just leave it like that. I don't push it down too much. I just kind of let it sit on there. And I pre-drill here on both sides. And that's it. And keep on stacking it up here. So we're on the way. Well, something I noticed, and I had to take one shelf apart. But another little tip: you could use discs. They're about a 1/16 of an inch as well. But one of the shelves was cupped, so it had a hump in the middle. And when I put the tub in, there was a lot of play already, and I'm only 3 shelves in. I got 9 to go, or 9 total. So I put basically one on each side, or one in each corner, and then I put the tub on it, and then put the shelf on top of that. So this way, if there's any hump in it, you don't have to worry about that. You take it out, and all the tubs still go in and out fine. So just a little trick, if you're noticing that, you start building this thing, always check each tub, each shelf as you go, and make sure they're sliding right and you have the right gaps and stuff like that. Because once you're done, you're done. You don't want to take everything apart. So yeah, another little tip: use some discs on the corners and give you the right kind of spacing. Something else I'm doing, you got to make sure you tape the sides. I'm also putting this silver HVAC tape on besides stapling it, and I make sure I don't get it on the copper as well, which that's just the way I do it. I'm sure everybody does it differently, but this way, if there's any chance there's a bubble in it or anything like that going on, then the tape will help hold it down. So just something else. Well, I got it all done. Got all the shelves in, got it flipped over. Next thing I got to do is do the thermostat and put the back panel on. I did notice something. This third shelf, this third shelf sticks a little bit, or the fourth shelf I think it is. I mean, they still go in and out. It does stick a little bit. I thought it was the wood that was warped, but it's actually the tubs. If you look down the tub, it's kind of hard to see, but some of these tubs have a cup in it, so it's a little high in the middle. I used the discs for the rest of the shelves after I started noticing a problem with it, and the rest of them seem to work fine. So if that one shelf, begins to be a pain, then I could adjust it or even drop it down to a piece of 5/8 instead of 3/4. But I think it'll be fine. So I definitely recommend doing the discs instead of the full sheet, just because if you do have a hump in the top of these, then you don't have to worry about it so much. I mean, it's not much either. So like I said, the rest of the shelves work fine. But that's tip of the day here. So I got the probe for the thermostat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the middle again, so it's not touching either side of the copper. I have it marked in the middle right here, and I'll stick this down, and then I use the other piece of Velcro on top of it, sandwiching this in here, And then what I'll probably end up doing is taping the wire down so it doesn't slip out or anything. I did notice, I want to make sure there's a little bit of a space in between the probe and the heat tape, just because if you don't and you have that probe directly on the heat tape, I find that you have to have the thermostat up a little bit higher. Not much, but I don't know. I just want to make sure it doesn't go anywhere either. So that's just my way of doing it. And then get these back panels on. So moving right along. Alright, so I have the probe with the Velcro on there. I have it taped in the back, all the way across the back of the rack here. And when the tubs are all the way in, they're going to be that close. So I shouldn't have any problems with the tubs hitting it or rubbing it or anything like that. I do have it in the middle because, like I said, I'm using the VE6 tubs. And this is set up for one tub on, just one of the big tubs, 2 of the juveniles, or 3 of the hatchlings. So this way, if I do have 2 of the juvenile tubs in here, or I'm sorry, if I have 1 on each, so 2 total of the sub-adult tubs, this probe still isn't going to get affected by anything. So I should never have to worry about. Obviously, you want to check, check it once in a while with your heat gun and stuff like that. But I shouldn't have any problems with the tubs hitting the probe and falling off or anything like that. So put the back panel on. Just going to drill a couple holes in the side here, so this way all these cords could run the right way. When this last tub is in, and if it is against the side wall here, you can see there's enough room for the cords. And I did make it a little bit bigger, so this way when all 6 tubs are in, I'll put the 6 tubs in. I'm not going to have, I still have a little bit of room for play. So when all 6 tubs are in, I still have plenty of room on the side here for the wires. So it should work out good. Okay, so I got it all rack built and everything. I got this back panel on. I just have the cords running through a little slot to cut in on the side all the way down. And there it is. My 54 tub hatchling rack. I like that it's off the ground a little bit. I did notice with this one, it's sitting on the ground, so that bottom shelf is a little bit cooler than the rest of them. I got to put that other one on blocks on some 2x4s, but this one being off the ground, I don't think I'm gonna have problems with it. So I got the tubs from Reptile Basics. Actually a really good price for them. They're $4 a tub when you buy more than, I don't know, 8 or something like that, or 12 or whatever. But I did actually have 3 tubs that were broken, so I have to contact them about that. But they're actually really good. I'm sure I'm not gonna have a problem with it. But other than that, I mean, everything seems to be great. I think it's gonna turn out real good. I have the thermostat hooked up. I have it set to 90 right now. So I'm gonna let this go. I only have the 6 because I have it on a. There's a lot of cords and stuff here, just because I have 9 shelves. So I got 6 hooked up right now. It shouldn't be a problem with the cords because it's still drawing the same amount of amperage, even if you snake the heat tape through the whole thing. So it's not. I'm not really worried about a fire hazard. It's very low amps and stuff like that. But I got 6 hooked up. I'm gonna get the heat gun, let it get the temperature, and check them out. Right now, seems to be doing good for the heat. So, but yeah, I got it done and ready for those eggs to start hatching. I got my yellow belly clutch hatching in about 2 weeks. And 2 weeks after that should be the pastel, and I have 3 more girls that are ovulated and getting ready to lay. So hopefully I'll have one more. I'd like to have a full rack this year, but this is definitely more than I had last year. So moving up in the world. But thanks for checking out the video. Let me know what you think, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and that notification bell, and we'll keep you posted on all the hatchlings and everything going on over here. Well, have a good day, and happy Mother's Day to all your mothers. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.